Hello. Um, I guess no one's there. I'll wait around a little. Okay. Well, while I'm waiting, I can. I think I can still record. I guess I can. Hello. Um, what I hope to do today is to sort of do two things. One of the things I wanted to do was to talk about the sort of the project of making your own watch. And um, hi, Finchy. Hi, BB. How you guys doing? Um, and so to that end, I thought, well, what I'll do is that I'll have an unboxing. Okay, but it came in an envelope. This is my movement that I ordered, and I wanted to talk a little about the whole process of ordering a movement. It's not that hard, but there were some things I wanted to consider that I'm glad I did. And anyhow, I'll share that with you. One of the things I did want to mention to start off with, uh, when I went to order my movement, I decided to get a 6498 clone. And I guess when I made my order, I put in 6497, or I said 6498, and all I had was 6497. That was what I got. Anyhow, either one will do for watts. The only difference between a 6497 and a 6498 is the 6498 has the small seconds at 6 o'clock. The 97 has them at 9 o'clock. Now, one other option that you have. Hi, Oscar. Hola, Oscar. I used to spend a lot of time flying down in Mexico. That's another story, though. Anyhow, that my manager this week, and she was incredulous. Just search YouTube to watch people open packages. How can anybody explain that? She's got a point. Anyway, so hi, Jan. Uh, so anyway, let me tell you that there were a couple of things that came to mind. So I went out to different places, and I finally found that eBay seemed to have the biggest selection. The reason I decided to go ahead and get a clone rather than what my initial plan was to get one from Ofray, which is a really good place. It's the same place that I have my. I'm taking this series of watchmaking courses, and their price was like $174, I think, on sale for 6498 or 6497. I think you get either one for the same price. Didn't really matter. And so I thought, well, I'll get the clone. And looking for a clone, I found one. This one was $38. So I figured, what the heck? This is a hey, Bill A. There's good. I'm glad Bill A. is here because he can help out. Anyway, Bill, this is one of the things I'm explaining. You may have gone through the same thing, and you can pipe in anytime you like about this. But in looking at the movements, and also too what Bill had done with his movement, I thought, well, what the heck? A clone will be fine. And so I got the clone. And the name of the company I got it from was Tachachke, something like that. It's TCHACHKE Corp. All right. Now, Auto Fry. That was it, Forbin. Thank you. Okay, where was I now? The most of the movements, they were right around the same price, or between $30 and $40. The difference for this one was coming from Miami. All of the other ones, I think just about everybody had free shipping, but the time that they had to come from China to the U.S. was considerable. I mean, they were like between 2 weeks and a month. And so I thought, well, I'll try to find one that is in the U.S. and in that way I'll get it quicker. And I did. I ordered it on eBay, paid for it with PayPal, and it was here in a couple days. So let's do the unenveloping. Okay. So it's torn up a little here. Okay, and here it is. This is my 6497. Like I said, I thought I had ordered a 6498, and maybe I didn't. All right, now a couple things here. First of all, it was pictured with a drum crown, and I wanted to get a different crown anyway. Yeah, Bill had 1 month to the UK from China. If you can find one in your nearer than China, it'll take less. Of course, if you live in Singapore, it might be a quicker way to do it. Anyway, so it came without a crown. So I tried winding it by just turning this, and it worked. I could get enough grip on the stem to wind it up. Yep, is it working? Did I? Okay. Well, maybe not. I'll have to try it some more. Okay. Oh well, I may have broken it already, but yeah, I can see it. There we go. Oops, CDC. All right. Well, I don't like to hold this. It came out a little case, and it is a nice one. And like I said, that's how come I wanted to mention it. You're not supposed to touch these things, and get it to wind. I can get it going here. I wound it before, not a lot. There. And is it ticking again? Quit ticking. Well, I'll go back to the board. Anyway, what I did, this was sort of a phony unenveloping because I had already done it. What I did is that I opened it up, I wound it up, and it wound up just fine. And then the next thing I did, I see, I put it on my, this is the thing I have. Yeah, Bill, I thought I was going to get a crown, but this is what they sent me without the crown. So, okie dokie. Okay, it's working now. It had to think about it for a while. It's ticking now. See if you can see it. I don't want to handle it. Anyway, let me explain what I did. And it was a lot of fun. All right. Here, this is something that Frederick Constant makes. It's about $100, and it's called an analyzer. And basically, it's like a time grapher. And what you do is you put your watch in this clip, and it does a time for it. And then the nice thing you can do is you can record it. And so I have all of my different watches on here. And you can't see that. It's too much light. Anyway, I'll put it at an angle. You can see all of these are my different watches, and it has the latest timing on it. Well, I did a timing, and it was minus about 10 seconds. I think it was 10.4 seconds, which isn't bad. I know it sounds like, oh my God, 10 seconds a day. Still not bad. And so what I did, I've never done this before. So I thought, what the heck? Okay, that's one of the things if you're going to get one that's a pretty good price. What you can do, Bill, right? Okay, Bill said you can get one with a case. Good. It's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the crown with a case. I'm going to get the onion crown too. Okay, so anyway, so I hooked the thing up here, found out that it was 10 seconds slow. Now, the next thing I did, I thought, well, what the heck? I'm going to see if I can adjust it. And so now this is a pegwood stick, and and there's a. Let me show you here. Hang on a second. Here's my. This is a. This is called Beginning Watchmaking. All right, it's a terribly produced book. Just the production values on this are awful. The pictures are terrible, but it's not a bad book for learning stuff. Now, this is one of the better pictures. Now, this guy right here is what you move toward plus or F if you want it to move faster, or you move it toward minus or S if you want it to move slower. Okay, so here it was minus 10 seconds. So I thought, well, I'll give it a try. So I took the pegwood stick, and you have to be very careful. There's a part down here called the hairspring stud. Do not touch that. Don't touch it at all. This is the only part that I touched, and I just did it with, like I said, with a pegwood stick so that it wouldn't break. I was hoping it wouldn't break anyway. I thought I broke it. It starts up when it wanted to. I didn't have it wound very much. Anyway, so I did it, and I just gave it a little push toward the plus. It is now less than 1 second off. I mean, it's incredible. You know, here's this $38 movement, and it was adjusted to with only a single single angle adjustment. But it's ticking at that. So I got very excited about that. First of all, it's really the first time I've ever tried doing any kind of adjustment on a watch. Okay, and you can see it's running again. It's running now. I guess I had it tangled up in some of these gears and things that I had in there. You got to be really careful of these things. And I just get a little too anxious about doing stuff with them. Let me see if I can put it in here, and I don't want to handle the metal there because all kinds of stuff will happen there. I'll leave it there. Okay, so that was one thing. The other thing I got, and this is sort of like on the road to moving toward the point where the next thing I'll get a case and then go through the other parts. This is something that I had, they had it at those watch classes that the Horological Society of New York had. It's a simple thing. It's just a little clip, and it goes right here. Now, I had ordered one from Otto Fry that was a real nice one, fairly expensive too, and it was, you either buy one for your left eye or for your right eye. For some reason, I'm left-handed and left everything else, and so left eye. And they were out, and so they had to order one from Switzerland, and this has been like over a month, I think. So anyway, it's been a while since I had this. So I'll just wait for it. In the meantime, I got this one. So and this was like, I don't know, $5, something like that for this. And it came with the little clip and this, and all you do is you just hook it over the top of your eyeglasses like this, and then you can look at your movements. If you wear eyeglasses, it's a great idea. Another thing I did, somebody in one of the comment sections says, yeah, you're always going like this, which is true because this was sort of sliding down my nose, and so I was always poking it back. I've had this thing, it's like it's just a little band you put on behind your glasses, and it keeps it where they belong. This is really important, and the reason I got them some time ago. I got them because if you're looking down at a part or a movement in the different parts, and your glasses fall off because you got that extra weight of something on there. So anyway, this I can recommend for those of you who wear glasses. Boy, I tell you, it makes life a lot easier. Otherwise, I was always taking my glasses off, looking through the loop, putting them back on, and it's much easier just to leave your glasses on and have the loop connected to them, then you have both hands free. Really sort of a nice thing. Okay, now having rattled on for a while here, what I wanted to do is to talk about uh, cases and cases and dials, and what I had decided to do was to. There's a case I saw. Again, this was at Auto Fry. Auto Fry or Free, I don't know how you pronounce it, is fairly expensive, but not crazy expensive. When you talk about ordering cases and stuff, there are lots of good places you can order cases, but dials, for the dial style I saw, they had some really nice ones. And since I would rather not do anything with small seconds or center seconds or any other kind of seconds, because I don't really use them very much, I thought, well, I'll just leave them off. And so I'll get a dial that doesn't have a place for small seconds, and then I'll use that dial. Okay, so oh, by the way, too, I got my, this is my Vacheron Constantin Historiques Americain 1921, my 21. Okay, yes, my, Bill said it was a Frederick Constant, that's right. It's called the Analyzer. It's I have a regular time grapher. It's not the real good expensive kind, thousands of dollars. It was like $100 time grapher I got. The one that goes onto my iPhone is just so handy and so easy to use, but most important, it records everything so that I have all of my watches and I can see what they were before and after service and so forth. Both of my FP Journes before service and after service, there's a huge difference, and I have it all recorded on that. So it's sort of a neat thing, and it's easy to use. That's the best part about it. So if you go to Frederick Constant's website, just look for their analyzer. And anyway, mine works great, and really all you get, they send you a this is it. You get this, and then you download the app into your. Now I have an iPhone. I don't know. They probably have them for Androids as well. Okay, so I'd like to sort of share thoughts with you on cases. Now, right away, I have the initial cases that I ordered from Auto Fry for sort of they're for that little Sellita 210. It's just way too small. I got to figure out how to put that thing back together. But anyway, any ideas on that? What kind of dial have you been thinking about? And Bill, you've got a great looking dial on yours, and that was the thing that Bill has on his that I like is that it goes right along with the video. And I forgot the guy's name who has the video on. He's really good for learning watchmaking. He had everything that's needed. Oscar, what boxes? I don't have any boxes. I don't need no stinking boxes. Sorry. Oscar, what boxes did you mean? Sorry, BB. Boxes. Not sure. I haven't got my case yet. That's how come I wanted to sort of kick some things around with you guys. Ideas on that. One thing I would like to find, I don't know why I like it, but I like brass. I thought I don't have a brass case. I'd like to get a brass case. I thought that'd be sort of cool. Does anybody know a source for brass cases that you could put a 6497 in? No? The other ones, I found some gold ones, but they didn't look like gold. I mean, they may have been gold plated or gold tone, but they're advertised as gold. And I thought, well, that'd be sort of cool. And what about a cushion style case? Ooh, yes. This is a cushion dial, cushion shape to my 21. Um, okay, Bill A, I got the wrong dial. It was too big and had to reduce it to fit. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Bill, um, now for I forgot what this is. It's 30. It's a good size, 30 something millimeter. It's a good size movement. Um, and a cushion sounds good. Okay. Um, oh, okay, Oscar, you meant the cases. I got you now. That makes sense. I haven't got the like I said, I haven't got it. 1 second, and let me dig up. Um, Now, this is the one that I have for my Salida 210. It comes with a little it's plastic or something. It's like a not a gasket, but something to hold the movement in. And I put the movement in, put the dial on it, and everything fits. But these guys are. This is part of it's like a school watch. So uh, what I wanted to have is something more like what Bill had, and that's a really nice watch. In other words, it's a watch. If you're going to make a watch, you might as well wear one. Make one you can wear. What I like to do is put a nice one together and compare it with some of these watch companies that charge you a great deal of money for exactly the same thing. You've got a movement in it. You got a case, and you can get the whole thing for probably under $100. Um, it was 150 if you're extravagant, maybe. I just think that'd be cool. But the big thing is that especially if you're interested in high horology, and I am, I think it's good to know what isn't, and I mean, really get to know it, get to know something about it, and find out. I think what we can find out by going through this kind of process is find out when we're getting taken to the cleaners and not. And that's part of watch collecting is trying to avoid that. If you're a Rolex collector, you got to make sure you're not getting a fake. I say Rolex because they're the most popular watch to make fakes from. But they have them for other watches too. I'm sure that Patek Philippe and a few others have their headaches with fake watches. I saw one online today for it was Audemars Piguet Royal Oak that somebody had faked. Just even I could tell. Okay, so let's say a cushion style case. By the way, too, yeah, I know. Oh, Panerai is too. I, I was going to say, Rudy, why bother? But sorry, I do like Panerai. It's, but they do have a reputation because they're getting some of them have the same cases I just bought. I just bought it for $38. Now maybe they got the fancy ones. I mean, they got the real ones from ETA, and I know they'd get them for wholesale prices when I was paying retail. Um, Anyhow, so Bill, any idea of how we find out what size to get? Um, Captain Zed, listen, I was just kidding about Panerai. I'm, I've got enough watches that people can feel like, what? Um, anyway, so what about the case size for this? Any Bill, uh, with a movement like this, and I'm trying not to touch it because that's not a good thing to do. Here we go. This is the nice thing about the case is that you can. I'm going to pour out. They give you a couple extra pieces that go with the. Here we are. I'll put it up here like this and close it up. That's the right spot. Looks like it. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's all cased up now, so I can handle it. I don't think it's closed exactly right, so I have to be careful how I handle it. But so that's the next question: is how do we find out the right size of the case? Any movement, as long as it's ST36 approved. Uh, okay. Um, so you're not talking about see if you have a 6497, there are some Flieger cases out there for the 6497 and something NS something, I guess. Uh, what cases? What about is it Flieger? Are those pilot for pilot watches, or what are they exactly? Pilot watches. Okay. Now is um so a pilot watch case would be what? Auto free. Oh, okay. Auto fry. Is it fry or free? It's okay. This movement is a ST36, right? That was what I got. Oh, and like I said, I got it from the Miami store, and I got it right away. If you and like Bill said, if you order them from China, it'll take a while. It might take up to a month. Name of the company I got it from is spelled TCHACHKE Corp. Okay. They probably have post office box in a motel room for their business. I don't care. All I know is that I got what I wanted, and the shipping of it is every expense is spared. Okay, it comes in. This is a little bubble wrap thing, but this was it. It just came like this. There was no kind of bubble wrapping or anything else around it. Just sort of, and it survived. I guess they figure, well, how tough. It's a sort of ETA clone. Okay, you need a cast that is ST36. Okay. Fry is in French. Okay, Clive, thanks a lot. Yeah, that I understand, not beer. All right. Um, Helero has a Laco style 43 millimeter. Okay, now 43 millimeter would be uh, okay, case size. Okay, so the thing to look for would be the ST36. Um, if instead of the ST36 built, what about if I could just look for 64, 97 or 98, would that work? Oh, Bill, anybody on that? Okay, everybody's suddenly quiet. Well, you don't have to be. All right. Well, listen then. This is the movement. I tell you what, if you go to the ETA site, it's .ch. If you go to the ETA site, this is, and you'll see some diagrams of this. This is exactly what they look like. Here's the front. This is where you put the dials and everything. And like I said, if you take a loop to this, you're going to find some. I mean, you're not going to find the kind of beveling and everything you do on a good watch. In fact, what I was thinking, oh boy, what I can do with this. Excuse me. How many joules? Man, somehow the number 17 comes to mind, Rudy, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's Captain Z. It's very familiar, and they do have these on Panerai, except they have the ETA version. 17, yeah. Hey, got it right. Um, in a local store, can I find quality watch in a local store? I don't know. It depends where you live. If you live in New York City or L.A. or Chicago or Dallas or something like that, if you live in a big city, you can probably find something. I'm pretty much. I live in Bloomfield, and as massive and big as Bloomfield is, all 20,000. Um, God, we're lucky to find a good Chinese restaurant. So I rely online, or when I go to New York, there's a couple places there that I can pop in. There's a really good for a guy who I think he's still dealing good watches. He used to be a watchmaker, but he got out of that for some reason. A lot of the guys who were in watchmaking that I used before, I had a real good watchmaker. A guy could do anything, and he just got tired of it and quit. He probably, it's called retirement. I know all about that. Okay, a lot of manual winding watches are exactly, yeah, manual wind. I love manual wind. Okay, I mean, most of my watches, including this one, these are manual wind. I like manual wind better. Um, Nothing against auto winds. Here's one right here, my automatic. But I really like the mechanical. I mean, yeah, I guess their manual wind watch is better. Um, can you put your hands and can you put on hands and leave off the dial? Yes, but I wouldn't know. Oh, it'd be sort of, yeah. In other words, and sort of for a look, right? Um, Forbin Colossus. Um, Clyde, exactly right. That was my culpa. Um, wouldn't a manual better movement be better to start with? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what this is. This is a manual movement. The 64, 98, 97 are both manual movements. And see, the great thing about it is they're big. This is exactly the movement we took apart and then put back together in the New York, the Horological Society of New York. So, and they're great. I mean, like this thing, this thing came through the U.S. mail in this, and it reminds me of the old Timex ad. It took a lick at it and keeps on ticking. It was, I don't know why it cracks me up every time I think about this. I got it quick too. Now imagine if they had packaged it the same way and it came all the way from China. I don't know what kind of shape it would be in. Um, the hour wheel would fall off. Okay. The hour wheel. Oh, that's right. Okay, what Bill is saying, if you didn't put the dial on before you put the hands on, the hour wheel would fall off. I think I've got the fallen off hour wheel right here. Mine fell off too, and I got to learn not to worry about it. I just put it in a. So I just try to keep it in the same general casing area. Okay. So listen, my half hour is up, and I really want to thank all of you for coming. It's we the getting everything ready for this was sort of crazy because we're having a really heavy thunderstorm right now. And so, listen. So, are any of the rest of you just before I take off? Just say, yeah, you're thinking about it, or any of the rest of you thinking of putting something together like this? Nobody in something. Okay. Oh, hey, in something maybe. Fritchie, yes, great. BB, Dan B, good, good, good. Eventually, Clive, yeah, all right, great. One of the things, Clive, and the rest of you who are thinking of putting these together, it's a lot more economical than buying the watches that we buy, especially if you like high horology or you like some of the. Oh, Bill, you're doing another one. Bill, are you using the same movement, or are you doing a different kind of movement? Yeah, Oscar, I want to see the watch finish too. Believe me. Is that a Chinese knockoff? You bet. It's a smaller one. Okay, smaller is harder. That I can tell you. That I got experience with. If it's a Salida 210, that's awfully small. But whatever you want to do. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, look, guys. Got to run, and tomorrow's Sunday. We're going to be tomorrow. We have a second watch of the week, and also have another entry level for a high horology watch. Very affordable too. Take care. Bye bye.